Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be trying to draw some whatchamacallits. It's in the title. Can't remember what they're called. But, yeah, I've got like 4 references picked out. I don't know if I'm going to do all of them, but we're going to try. Alright, what do I need to do to start? To start, I should get something down. Now, what pose am I trying to get on this one? It's a sitting and they're facing kind of that way. I kind of wanted to do a weird perspective because I haven't drawn a person in an incredibly long time and I need more practice with anatomy. So I figured drawing someone in a somewhat difficult position might help with that. I drew this too tall, or too high. I'm going to bring this down. I was trying to make sure I can fit the other pieces also on the paper, but we need to make sure this also fits on the paper. So we'll do this towards the bottom more. Alright, so where are we going to want the body? Well, we can have one big part right there, and then one big part on the other side, and then one big part right there. Because that's the hips. That's how the hips work. Or the pelvis. I don't know. Hips, pelvis, whatever. All the body parts are the same. I don't know them. Alright. Then let's try to get the legs in here. We're just making mannequins, but we're going to try to make the mannequins proportionally correct. Also, I'm not doing any type of feet whatsoever because I don't know how to do those. Alright. We're gonna just try to get something incredibly rough down first. And then we'll try to make something better afterwards. But no, the other shoulder should be right here. Her other shoulder should be here. Then do kind of a collarbone just to show the front of the chest. But also that should be covered kind of. And then a head would be right here. Which we can just do that. Now, obviously, this looks very wrong. So we're going to try to fix it. But this time, when we're fixing it, we're going to try to not rush. Because I don't know why, but I was rushing through that. Trying to rush through something that I don't know how to do. So we're going to try and actually do this more slowly and try to think about what we're doing. But we have something down, so hopefully the something will help us. Now, I should probably actually do line to, figure out where I want the actual things. Because I don't need to rush these lines. They'll be fine. That's probably fine. But let's try to get this in perspective. How are we going to get this in perspective? Well, I honestly have no fucking clue. I genuinely don't know how to get the perspective of this correct, but that's kind of the reason I'm doing it. Could a little bit of just Googling and looking up how the hell you're supposed to do this also solve me not knowing what to do? Yeah, probably. But I think trial and error is better. Because then you have higher chances of retaining the information. If you struggle to find out the answer on your own, then you have more likely to remember what you struggled to figure out. Maybe. I honestly have no idea, but I'm going to say that. I also just enjoy having no idea what the hell I'm actually trying to draw. Or, how to draw what I'm trying to draw, I mean. So we can't really see the other leg. From this position, you can't really see the other leg. Except for below. Which I don't think I made it very clear. but that was kind of supposed to be that leg in the back. I just didn't do it right. So I think we're actually going to not do that as the back leg. We're going to make that the front leg. But just kind of erase the bits that make it not the front leg, if that makes sense. Which it probably doesn't, but her legs are too short because I made them too short, but you know, that's fine. She can have short legs. She can do whatever she wants. Then we'll go ahead and put her other leg right here, which also has whatever weird foot thingy that I'm putting here because I don't know how to draw feet. Alright, there's legs. You know, I'm supposed to be doing multiple of these, and I'm struggling on the first one. It's fine. What are you gonna do? Can't be a professional at something you haven't done in a long time. Alright. Let's try and get her chest all, like, here. Or torso, chest, torso. Oh, well, this is still her chest. Her torso's that, right? I don't know. I really need to study anatomy. I don't know how to study anatomy, though. Like, I genuinely don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do. Alright. Now how do we want this to look? That's the collarbone I'm gonna do. Well, that's not even. I did just realize I was kind of making that not even. So we'll do that. And if we take her arms to there, the halfway point's about there. So we'll make her arms about that length. And then the hand will just be a little mitt, because I'm also not drawing hands right now. I'm not dealing with that. But this pose doesn't look as good as I was wanting it to. I feel like this would have been better if I would have just actually drew the characters and took the time. Like, just chose one. But I need to practice doing this regardless of if this looks good or not now. So I should be doing this. Isn't it beautiful? The head is way too small. I do that a lot. I draw the heads way too small a lot. It's not intentional. I don't know why I do it. I'm just drawing a shitty head, but I don't really care. I don't feel like trying to draw a more complicated head right now. Yeah, so that's okay. It's not perfect, but we're gonna try to do another pose because obviously we have room on the page, and I'm not just gonna let that be the end of the page. I don't know what I'm doing. I just kind of wanted to add some floor to this. Boom, floor. Okay, now what other pose are we gonna do? We have multiple other poses picked out. I just don't know which one I want to do. Let's do this one. Go ahead and start with the legs again. But this one, let's try to do a little differently. Try to actually take our time on this one. Although we are still kind of making the whole thing kind of small. But that's fine. This one's like a kicking position, if you can't tell. He's kicking another guy. But, I'm not going to draw the other guy. I could probably lower this a little bit. He's not kicking that high, I don't think. I don't know. We'll leave it for now, because it's not too bad. I just realized that this is gonna... Shit. It's gonna run into the edge of the page. I didn't think about that. Alright, well, we gotta do it again. No, I was gonna do this on the final page of my sketchbook, because that's the final page right there. But I decided I'm gonna draw a knight on the final page, because I drew like a bunch of the pieces of a knight, so why not draw a knight? Ka-chow, 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 alright. So the last page is going to take me probably a long time when I actually decide to draw it. Which, when I actually decide to draw it, will be tomorrow. I will be drawing it tomorrow. I have literally no choice. Because that's how a daily sketchbook works, is you draw in it daily. But I was actually going to draw this. Like, I was going to do poses in... The foot's facing the wrong way, I just realized. I was going to draw poses on my last page. Because I was like, oh, I could do what I did on my first page in my sketchbook. Which was just like a pose. I was just drawing poses. But I decided that that's boring. So I'm just going to not do that. I could have drawn what the first page in this sketchbook was, which was just like a little robot stone golem thingy, which I might be able to show. Yeah, that. But, nah, I didn't feel like drawing another one of those. Okay. You know, I planned on drawing 4 of these, but then when I remembered that the page has limited room, I was like, maybe 2, but I was like, I don't know, I might draw those too fast, and then it might end up being a short video. I was wrong. But you know, that's fine, that's fine. Alright. Let's go ahead and connect Rooney those. Here's the circle, here's that, there's that and that, and there's the cylinder arm. That's a very boxy cylinder arm. Alright, let's try to, I don't know, make it look more cylinder. And then what about this one? This one, his arm goes out to here. And then it actually comes back up to right here. Oh, that's too big, but that's fine, I guess. It's kind of near his face. Like, right, his fist is like right here, which it is a fist. And then his head is right here. So we'll put the circle in, do that. Do that, that. There we go on there. There, the head is yet again incredibly small because I don't know how to proportion a goddamn head. And look at the legs in comparison to the arms. This whole body is so disproportionate, but I actually kind of think it's funny. It also might be because I still didn't add the thickness to the legs. But, you know, let's go ahead and just say it's all the disproportionateness. Because it is disproportionate. I mean, you can look at it and see it's disproportionate. go. Ka-chow. And there's his foot. Isn't it beautiful? That's fine. It's not like amazing or anything. It wasn't really meant to be amazing. It wasn't meant to be like a super, oh my god, that's the bestest drawing. It was more just to test myself, and I definitely need to practice more. I've been slacking. Gotta do a little more. Gotta give him a little angry things too, because he's angry. Alright, yeah, he's standing on that guy's head. Okay, that's gonna be the end of the video, because I don't know how long this took, but I'm not gonna be able to conveniently fit those on the page. So, good day. See you tomorrow when I draw a knight. Yeah. Bye-bye.